So I was sort of like a rookie there in terms of that, you know, Peter Erskine, Cornelius Bumpus, Bob Shepard, Chris Potter, Warren Bernhardt, Drew Zing. I mean, these guys are all like top level studio guys. So I'm like, what the hell am I doing here?
It's a great place to find yourself in.
Exactly. Yeah. It was nuts. So, but anyway, so we do in the first rehearsal, and it was, what was that tune? Da, da, da.
Oh, yeah.
Home at Last?
Home at Last, yeah.
Ba, ba, ba. Ga-da, ga-da, da. Was it Home at Last, or was it, no, it was, Cold, Daring, No Flies
Green
on
Earrings?
Me, Green Earrings.
Yeah.
Right. So Donald sits down. He had a rehearsal with the rhythm section already. So they had done a week. So they were tight. But it was the first rehearsal with all the piano, with me, the singers, and the horn section. So Donald comes in, everybody's stewing around, you know, talking, meeting, and whatever. Which in those days, I was really bad. I was super shy. So I just doing my thing, like, wow, Peter Erskine. Like, I'm trying not to be, you know, blown away by all this, and I was, you know, younger too and kind of cocky in my own way, I guess, you know, like, there ain't no star. I'm the real star here. So Donald comes in, everybody's, ooh, you know, okay. He sits down. Okay, we're going to start with Green Earrings. Everybody gets their music out. Right? So he says, okay, the one thing I went all over this with the rhythm section, and he went over sort of some of his philosophies about, and it was a great learning experience in terms of band. He's a great band leader. I mean, he knows what he wants and he knows how to get it. So he explained this whole thing like it's really important to make the off of notes. This is one of the greatest things I learned. Is it's not funky enough to get the on right, but you got to get the off. Huh. And I never thought about the off of notes.
Like, yeah, releasing together so everyone has the
so
same
that it breathes.
length. Yeah.
You know, so he was like, and when there are certain beats I don't want you to play on, like it makes it the spaces that I want. So he said, make sure if you come off the notes crisp, da 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 off, da 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 off, da. You know, and every tune has the little where you need space to make the grooves happen, and that was a real, you know, mental note taker right there for me. It's like, man, the offs, and I never thought of that. So there were a lot of learning experiences like that. So he says, well, in this tune, I don't want anybody on the one but the bass and the kick. So it's boom, sha ba ba, da ba ka ba ba, off, da da da, sha ka da da, off, ba ba ba. So we're like, and I was really into the James Brown method because I had watched a bunch of videos of how he puts tunes together. You know, he like sings all the parts. He knows all the parts. He plays all the parts, and he plays all the parts, and he sings. If he can't play the instrument, he'll sing them to you, and that's the, you know, he just invents it like. And so I was really into this counter, like, because it's all boom boom shika boom 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 shika boom 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 shika, you know, interlocking parts, and I was like, really, Donald? Do you really? So first thing I did, he said, so make sure don't put anything on the one. Okay, he counts it off. 1, 2. Go. Peter Erskine always counted off because he had. They were really strict about tempos. So he had a machine that would start the tune with a click and then cut out after whatever he programmed, 16 bars, 18 one. So he would count, okay, tick, tick, tick. And of course, being that jerk that I am, what do? The first thing he said, don't do this, I did it. I go, bling, boom, oh, we got through the tune. We got through about 32 bars. And he goes, oh, stop. Bill, don't put anything on the one. Mike's like, did you hear me, you fucking idiot? I'm sure that's what he's really thinking of it. Bill, he's a very subtle guy, very soft, you know, few words, and don't put anything on the one. I was like, all right. I thought that part sounded pretty cool. But, all right, if that's what you want. Dun, dun, dun. Same thing. We get about 32 bars. Hold on. Bill, go back to doing what you were doing. You were right. That sounded better. He never said another word to me the entire time. He never said it's like, don't tell me what to play.
Well, yeah, that's
You can tell them other dudes what to play. Don't tell me what to play. I know what to play. I had a bad attitude, but that was my experience with Steely Dan. That first rehearsal, that kind of like that was it, and then I don't think Donald hardly said 2 words to me other than that, and I wish I had my personality now and confidence now that back then 30 years back, because I would have probably made more of an attempt to learn some things from him. But I did watch, he has a video out about how he did talk to me several times about how he puts stuff together, which is really interesting. He starts, every tune he writes he starts out with like a blues concept, every single tune. Like, Asia? How did that, I don't hear any blues in that. Yeah. But every tune starts out, it's like, where's the 4-chord movement? Like, I don't, where's that? And I'm going to find that blues in here. And then he has the melody, where they work the words together, and then he'll go, okay, here's what, here's one way to harmonize it, or the standard way, or whatever you want to call it. Now that chord there, let me try this one.
That's what's cool about that album.
Let me try this one. Let me try that. And every chord, like, he'll go through it to try and find the perfect chord that's not your typical thing for that, and that leads you. So that whole method was pretty cool to learn, and he has a whole video out on how he does that. So that I learned from them, but that was kind of like, that set the tone.